All right, let's talk about that moment. That heart-pounding last-minute check right before a big launch or a huge presentation. This is all about that final step, the one that can make the difference between a huge success and a frustrating mess. It's about making sure all your hard work actually pays off. So let's get right into it.
I mean, we've all been there, haven't we? You land on a gorgeous website, or you download this super slick looking app, and you're excited. But then you start using it, and within minutes, you're just completely lost. It looks like a work of art, but it feels like you need a map and a compass just to get around.
But here's the good news. There's a way to stop that from happening to your users. The best way to think about it? It's the final dress rehearsal for your design. It's that one last chance to spot a misplaced prop or a wrinkled costume before the curtain goes up and the spotlight hits you. So what exactly goes on during this dress rehearsal? Look, we're not talking about finding massive show-stopping bugs. Hopefully, those were squashed a long, long time ago. No, this stage is all about one thing: polishing the user's experience until it absolutely shines. The official term for this is Final Usability Testing. And really, it's just a simple late-stage check. Its whole purpose is to confirm that the thing you've polished and refined actually feels intuitive and, enjoyable for a real person to use. Now, you might be thinking, hang on, haven't we been testing this whole time? And yeah, you're absolutely right. But this last check, it has a very specific and honestly, a super critical job to do. Let's dig into why it's so different. Think about it like this. Your early tests were about finding brick walls, the major functional roadblocks that just stop a user dead in their tracks. This final test, it's all about observing the natural flow. It's about the feel of it. Can someone just glide through the experience without hitting any friction? And what you're really doing here is validating all those little improvements you just made. All that visual polish, the tiny tweaks to button placement, the new animations you added. This test is your proof that all that hard work actually made the experience better, not just different. So, this is where the hunt begins. But at this point in the game, you're not hunting for elephants anymore. You're hunting for mice. You're on the lookout for those small, subtle, sneaky little flaws that can still trip people up and ruin an otherwise great experience. And what I mean by that are things like, is the text actually easy to scan, or are people's eyes just glazing over? Is it instantly obvious that a button is a button? Do the interactions just make sense? And does the whole journey from A to B to C feel completely seamless? And this is why those tiny details are so important. Because as the saying goes, even small usability problems can disrupt flow in real-world use. A tiny moment of confusion here, a little bit of hesitation there. In the real world, those little annoyances stack up, and they can completely break a user's focus. At the end of the day, this is the one question that should be running through your head. Just forget the big picture for a second. Watch your user and just ask yourself, is there anything here, anything at all, that's causing even a split second of confusion or doubt? Okay, so you do it. You hunt down these tiny flaws and you fix them. So what's the reward for all that effort? Well, let me tell you, the payoff is huge, and it goes way beyond just having a prettier product. This whole process gives you two game-changing benefits. First, you get undeniable, real-world proof that your prototype actually works the way you designed it to. And second, and this one is huge, you give your entire team this massive, well-earned boost of confidence right before the finish line. And that confidence? It's not just a fuzzy feeling. It's based on knowledge. Because you've done this final test, you get to walk into that big presentation really knowing, what works, what doesn't, and why. You're ready for anything they can throw at you. This is what you're aiming for. This is the goal. You want a final product that is not only aesthetically refined, it has to look great, right? But it's also functionally reliable. It works beautifully because you took that extra step to prove that real people can actually use it without getting frustrated. And on a professional level, taking this final step, it says something really powerful about you and your team. It shows you have an iterative design mindset. It proves you're committed to getting it right for the user, not just rushing to check a box and hit a deadline. It really is a mark of true craftsmanship. So just remember that. This one last check transforms your work from simply being done to being proven. It arms you with the confidence and the cold, hard evidence to stand behind your creation. And with that kind of power in your hands, the only real question left is, what are you going to create next? Thanks for tuning in to this explainer.